Hello guys, today's video we're gonna do a final video, the FMAR rear bumper setting. This rear bumper setting requests you watching my previous video. I'm gonna put the link of the video on the bottom of the video description. Let's do a little bit review on my previous video before I started to move to the next. Last video we did do the modification, which is right here. So make this mounting point make it level, because remember on the original without the modification, this mounting point right here has about 45 degree. And let me give you a compare between the ones modified and not modified. Okay, so the one not modified, which is the pink one right here, you can see the mounting point right here have a little bit angle. It's not really 180 degree, so you can see a little bit angle right here. And after modify, you can see on the orange one right here, it's totally flat and 180 degree. We use this machine right here, the Parkson MF70, the micro milling machine, to do the modification. In today's video, we still gonna use this machine to do the modification, but today's video gonna be the most recommend setting for the FMAR. Okay, let's go ahead and start it. So first, what you need this multi-roller stay, prefer carbon fiber version. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut all this off. After you cut it, it's gonna be looks like this. You need this part right here. This is come from right here, so you can see. Okay, this is what you need. Okay, so you're gonna cut this one off, and the next, remember we modified this one right here. We make this right here, this two mounting point become 180 degree complete level. Okay, so you're gonna mount these pieces like this right here. Okay, and make sure you use the 5mm screw, which is right here. Looks like this. Make sure it is 5mm screw. You cannot go too long because we gonna trim the bottom right here, so the screw cannot stick out. So you make sure using the shortest one you have, which is 5mm. And then next, use the plastic cutter to remove these two little barrel right here. Okay, just go ahead, remove it. Just remove as many as you can. Okay, don't have to be super clean. So, okay, it's gonna be looks like this. I'll remove about like looks like about 3mm deep. And next, remember we have these pieces come from right here. Okay, we're gonna use this one right here, and also we need another modification. So we're gonna cut this FRP. You have to remove. So you have to remove about this much right here. So you're gonna use a plastic cutter to take off the left and the right. You only need the center part, which is right here. So because you're gonna mount this one on top of this, but remember this one about 32mm long, and if you mount this one top of that, and there's two mounting point, which is right here and here. So when you put a screw into this two mounting point, it's gonna be hitting this damper bar on both sides. So that's why you need something which is right here to raise this one up a little bit, and you can bypass the screw on both ends. Okay, looks like this. And next, make sure you have the 32x6x6 bar, which is right here, and 32x8x8, this kind of bar, the big one bar. Okay, so you need a small one and a big one. And then next, you need a carbon fiber popsicle. Okay, so first get a two 30mm screw. Okay, right here, gonna insert to the middle like this. Okay, and then next, get a piece of this, and remember we just cut it from popsicle. This is the middle part of a popsicle, and get a two 30mm screw, which is right here, and insert right here and here. Okay, the next, we're gonna mount this one on top of the chassis right here, and make sure you use two 5mm screw to mount this. Okay, it's gonna be looks like this. Next, you're gonna put the damper bar on top of that like this. Okay, and the next, the carbon fiber popsicle right here. Okay, and then the small damper bar. Okay, like this. Okay, I would suggest you push like this, push all the way to the front, because the damper bar, the mounting point, which is right here, it is really loose. That's why you have to hold against one side. So in this case, it can keep the whole damper bars level. Okay, and the next, gonna go ahead and lock it with regular nut. I will use a small plier, which has a really fine nose, and hold the screw on the right here. Because remember, you cannot lock because this bar is too long. So if you lock on the first place, it's gonna block you because you cannot put a screw right here on this point right here. So that's why you have to find a way to lock it. I use a very fine nose to hold my screw head on the other side and lock it. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side and hold. So okay, it's gonna be looks like this. Okay, as you can see, it's super strong, and that's why we use carbon fiber and all the metal damper bar, which is right here. Next, you're gonna mount these pieces on top of the machine. Okay, so again, this is a micro milling machine, the brand Parksong, model number MF70. Okay, and before you mount this one top of the machine, we're gonna make some adjustment on the chassis. So you're gonna see the screw head stick out a little bit, which is right here. You have to remove this because it is too long. You're gonna be stuck on top of that. So you better to move it. Okay, gonna be looks like this. And then next, you can insert this thing like this on top of that. Okay, like this. The reason we need to put a popsicle in between that, again, take a look at it. The popsicle has a little bit edges, which is right here, stick out a little bit, and the same on this end. Okay, because this one is smaller than the popsicle. So when you set up on this one gonna be block you on top of the micro milling machine, and it's gonna be looks like this. So in this case, you can put the two clamp to hold both ends, and then this one gonna be vertical and totally flat and 180 degree on top of the machine. So you can go ahead and trim like that. Okay, so this is how you do the modification. So make this one fit to the machine. Okay, so let me just go ahead put this one top of the machine. So we're gonna drop my cutting bit to the lowest point, which is on the cut. Okay, so make sure you drop to the point you wanna cut, and lock. Again, you lock right here. You're preventing this thing getting loose when you're cutting your chassis. Okay, so just gonna go ahead do that. And gonna go ahead turn on the machine and starting to cutting to trim this point to be flat. So okay, I just finished cutting right here. So you can see both mounting point actually already being trimmed, and you can see already 180 degree flat. So I'm gonna cut a little bit deeper. Okay, it depends on setting. If you want to go a little bit lower, you can cut a little bit shallow. If you want to go a little bit higher, you have to cut a little bit deeper. So either way, my recommend it is try your own. And if keep a little bit lower, okay, and if you feel it's too low, then put them back to the machine and cut again, make a little bit deeper. So it really depends on the setting. I cannot tell you how many you're gonna cut. Right now I'm cutting off about 1 millimeter deeper right now, so I'm gonna drop another maybe 0.5 millimeter to make it a little bit deeper. So in this case, the multi-rotor state, which right here, can go a little bit higher on the bottom. So it's really up to you. Okay, it's not really big deal how low you want to go. It's all based on how you design your car. So my design, I need to cut about 1.5 millimeter deeper. So I'm just gonna go ahead, drop a little bit more. So okay, gonna stop right here. I'm gonna go ahead, take this piece off from the machine, and then give you a detail looking. Okay. So here we go. This is how it looks like. So look at the side. It's super level actually. You can see. Okay. So when you mount this on the bottom of the chassis like this, it's gonna be looks like this. Okay. Let me give you a better angle so you can see it. So it's gonna be looks like this if you mount these pieces on the bottom, and of course you can cut a little bit more if you want to. This for the normal setting maybe still a bit high. Again, like I always say, it really depends on your setting. You either can cut it a little bit shallow or either cutting a little bit deeper. It's all up to you. Okay, this is how it looks right now, and let me give you a better angle so you can see. Okay, you can see it's super level, 180 degree. Okay, my personal prefer this type of setting, and basically this type of modification and it's converting your FMAR to like become like a Super 2 VS XX and the regular AR chassis style. So it's pretty adaptable, and it makes it very simple and easy to set up. Okay, and also when you have this side as flat, it's very easy to set up your underguard on the bottom like this. Remember previous two video we teach you the modification on the top, make a rear adapter or either trim this part flat and mount the multi-reel stay on top. All those modifications easy, but it's not very adaptable because the bottom still have angle. When you try to put the underguard on the bottom, because it has angle, so this one the underguard gonna have a little bit angle, so it's make you very hassle to do the underguard setup. Okay, so again, if you have the machine, the Proxon micro milling machine, and also you want to spend a lot of time to do a very detailed FMAR chassis modification, this is the modification I recommend, and this is the modification most Japanese professional racer they use. Okay, that will be everything for the FMAR rear bumper setting. If you like my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna keep updating. If you have any question, just go ahead and leave a comment, and thank you for watching my YouTube channel.